Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you an NFL AFC Divisional playoff preview between the Houston Texans and the New England Patriots. Now let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with the Texans.
When you look at the Texans on defense, I think they have to communicate better this time around versus New England. In the first matchup, the linebackers didn't do a great job of communicating in a passing game, and that got them in trouble. Even in the secondary, Kareem Jackson didn't communicate with the strong safety or with the free safety. If they're able to communicate, I think they have a better chance of beating New England. They were in position to make plays. They just were confused in their assignments. And when they were properly aligned, they were able to make plays on the ball. So I think defensively, it's all about communication, matching up very well versus the Patriots, and not getting out aligned. And if they can do that, they can have, like I said before, a great chance to be successful, because we know J.J. Watt can stop the run and put these guys in great situations. But let's go inside the lab and look at what they can do this week to get Arian Foster and the rest of those running backs involved in the passing game.
The Houston Texans have to make sure they utilize the running backs in the passing game, whether it be Arian Foster, Justin Forsett, Ben Tate. They got to find ways to get those backs involved, and that neutralizes that defensive pressure and opens up that Patriots coverage. If they can do that, they can have a great chance of winning this ball game. Here we have 3 plays drawn up to do different things to attack a defense in their underneath coverage. Right here we have the running back shoot, and this is your shoot route right here, which means he's shooting out of the flat quickly. And that route is designed to get this linebacker that's going to be right here to make a decision. Either he's going to run underneath this shoot route, leaving this hook route open, or you're going to see a corner try to jump this shoot route, thinking that's where the quarterback's going first, leaving the flag open or the corner route open. So the shoot route is a speed route designed to put the weak side linebacker in the bind to make a decision, and that way Matt Schaub can have a better chance of throwing the football. Here we have the running back delay hook, and what you've noticed, if you notice, in the first matchup, this play was wide open, and this was the turning point of the game. If they would have hit Arian Foster on this hook route, that would have been a touchdown. All you're really doing is clearing out the underneath coverage, dropping everybody deep, all verticals across, and waiting, then delaying, hooking the running back out of the backfield, dump it off, and now he has blockers downfield to help him get into the end zone. So this play was wide open in the first matchup. They got to get back to it this time around. And finally, you have the running back swing. This is a classic route. All you're doing with the swing route, it's a slow developing route designed to, again, pull the weak side backer, get the cornerback to look in the backfield, and you're just opening up voids right here for your curl routes. And on the backside, you still have your curl route. Same concept. You have the tight end running essentially the shoot route, and you have your curl behind it. But you work in front side, you work in play side. You want to get these two guys open, and you just swing the back out. And if they are staying underneath, doing what they're supposed to do, then you hit the swing, and you can trust Arian Foster to make one miss in the passing game. So it's all about getting the running backs involved. If the Houston Texans can do that, they have a great chance of going back to Foxborough and coming away victorious.
Now let's move over to the Patriots in this ball game. And when you look at the first meeting, until Vince Wilfork started to take over the ball game, the Texans were able to run the rock. Why? They were moving their tight end around the formation and setting up wham blocks on the interior. The Patriots adjusted and had success. So look for this time around for Matt Patricia, the defensive coordinator, and Bill Belichick to work up game plans to try to combat that early on in the game, so that way they won't get in those backed up situations. But when you look in the secondary, the health of Aqib Talib will be important, because otherwise they're going to have to move Devin McCourty back to corner, takes another playmaker off the field in Talib. So if that's the case, then look for the Texans to try to attack vertically down the field. But let's go inside the lab and look at this Patriots offense and see how they were aligned properly for success last matchup versus the Houston Texans.
The New England Patriots did a great job with alignment in the first matchup versus the Houston Texans, and their alignment alone gives defenses problems. And here's how they have it set up. You see, we have the hash marks drawn right here, and we have the numbers. They usually line Wes Welker at the top of the numbers. Why? Because of his speed and ability to make one miss on those speed outs. And if you run those speed outs enough, it creates opportunities. And what they do to complement that, they'll send the tight end down the seam, and you have to respect the tight end. So the strong safety will normally stay over top that tight end as the linebacker try to get a bump on them. So you want to stay over the top that tight end, and you run this speed out enough. What's going to happen as Wes Welker fakes to this way, this cornerback is going to run, try to undercut this route and make a play on the ball or make the tackle, then he's going to shoot up the field. Why? Because now the strong safety is occupied giving Wes Welker a huge window and Tom Brady a huge window of opportunity to throw the football. So when you see them aligned at the top of the numbers, it's tough to defend, and you don't know how you're going to combat that. What they can do is try to line up on the outside, but a lot of times you want to try to get a bump on Wes Welker. You want to try to beat him to the spot and force Tom Brady to make an accurate throw, which he does, but this type of alignment always gives teams problems. So look for them to utilize Wes Welker inside the numbers, put Brandon Lloyd on the outside of the numbers, as they like to run those routes down the sideline, and he makes spectacular catches. So look for New England to get creative in their formations, but by simple alignment inside the numbers, Wes Welker should have another huge day versus Houston.
X factor in this ball game for me will be Matt Schaub. He's going to have to play his best game of his career to knock off the Patriots in Foxborough, and it can be done. They have weapons. They have double tight ends. They have good running backs. They have effective wide receivers. Schaub just has to stand tall in the pocket and find those targets. Now for the Patriots, it's going to have to be Aqib Talib. His health is going to be key. If he's out there, it allows them to get creative in their coverage packages. If he's not, it could leave a big hole in their defense that the Texans can't take advantage of. Now, here's some of my coaching points for both teams in this matchup. For the Texans, you got to win with your best players. That means getting the football to Arian Foster and Andre Johnson by any means necessary, and also the tight ends. And also, don't give Brady time in the pocket. Force the issue. Take chances by getting aggressive, sending extra to try to force him off the spot. You have to maximize your opportunities. They had some success in the first meeting moving the football. You got to be able to pay off with touchdowns and not field goals, and also you can't turn the ball over. For New England, the linebackers can't get reach in the running game. That happened in the first meeting. The Texans were able to move the football at ease on the ground early on in the matchup. And tempo. Dictate tempo. You dictate the pace of the game and go for the knockout blow early. If you can go for the jugular early with some big plays in the passing game, that can go a long way in the Patriots having some success and a chance to win. I like the Patriots in this ball game. I like the multiplicity of their offense. They can move pieces around and get the same results. That's the mark of great talent and great offensive coaching. But defensively is where they're going to have to win this game. The Texans can move the football, and they can control the pace of the game with the ground game and the play action pass. So it's going to be up to their third down defense to be effective. If they can't do that, then the Texans can win. But I think they can out-possession the Houston Texans, getting those key stops on third downs to get the ball back for Brady and that offense, which ultimately will win them the ball game. And I want to give a huge shout out to Patriot fan forums and Texan fan forums for always showing football game plan support.